So in the previous video, we added this, we created this established selector and we added a font style of italic. Okay, so our end goal is to turn this established text here into an italic. So, but now, as you can see from the preview page, the text is not yet italicized. So the way we do that is to just add the class that we've created to the element. So the class is established. And now, as you can see, the text is italicized. Okay. All right. Let's continue. Okay, so next up, step 62, the typography of heading elements H1 and H2 is set by default values of the user's browser. Okay, so far we haven't done anything about font size. So all the styles, the sizes of the fonts we see here are the default sizes. Okay, so we can, using CSS, we can change the font to whatever we want it to be. Okay, so for example, let's add two new type selectors, H1 and then H2. Okay, and we'll say font size and wait, let's do H1 first. And the font size for H1, we will say, let's keep it to 40 pixels. So you see now it's slightly larger than before. We can make it 100 pixels if you want, but that's just too large. So let's keep it at 40. All right, and then we add a new selector for the H2, and for the H2, we'd like to keep it at 30 pixels. We'll just say font size and we'll give it a value of 30 pixels like so. All right, so we are getting closer and closer. All right, so we want to add a footer element below the main element, and as you can see here, we have this footer element. Visit our website 123 FreeCodeCamp Drive. All right, so let's do that. And here is our main. We hit enter and we give it a footer tag like so. Okay, on to the next one. Now inside our footer, we want to add a P element. Okay, add a P element like so. Right, and then in a P element, we want to nest an A element, so like so. The A, which is anchor, which we use for links. So in this case, we want the text for the link to be visit our website. Okay, and as you can see, we have the text here, but it's not yet a link. And the reason why it's not yet a link, because we haven't added the href. The value of the href will be the link itself. In this case, freecodecamp.org. So I'll just copy and paste it here. And once I add it, as you can see, we have our link here. All right, on to the next one. Add a second P element below the one with the link and give it the text 123 FreeCodeCamp Drive. So I'll add a new P, a new P below the one with the link, so like so. Let's give it a text 123 FreeCodeCamp Drive. Okay, so as you can see, we have 123 FreeCodeCamp Drive. Okay, now we want to add these lines here, and the way we do that is by using an element called HR. Okay, you can use an HR to display a divider between sections of different content. All right, so first add an HR between the P element within the class established and the first session element. Okay, note that HR elements are self-closing. So we want to add it between this P element with the class established and this first section here. So I'll hit enter here. Now just do HR. Once again, it's a self-closing tag, so I don't need to do this. There's no need for that. Okay. All right. So as you can see, we have this this line here. We'll work on the style, so don't worry. All right. So let's go to the next. The default properties of an HR element will make it appear as thin light gray line, as you can see here. You can change the height of the line by specifying the value for the height property. Okay, change the height of the HR element to be 3 pixels. So we can just say HR, okay, and height, and we say 3 pixels. You can say 30 pixels, but that's just too large. That's not how we want it. So let's just keep it to 3 pixels. Okay. Next up, we can work on the color, background color. So let's just say background color, and we'll say brown. Okay, now we're getting there. Okay, so notice that the edges of the lines are gray, and those edges are known as borders. So let me zoom so that you see it well. So when you have a closer look, you can see that there's this gray edges around it. So that's what is called the border. Okay, so we can just make the border color the same brown, so that it doesn't look weird. Sorry, brown. Okay, brown. So now you can see everything is just all brown, and okay, so now notice how the thickness of the line looks bigger. The default value of a property named border width is 1 pixels for all edges of HR elements. Okay, so by changing the border to the same color as the background, we now have a total of 5 pixels. Okay, so the height is 3 pixels, right? But what is happening is that we have a border at the top and a border at the bottom. So the border at the top is 1 pixel, the border at the bottom is also 1 pixel, making everything 5 pixels. So now the height of our border line, our line, is now 5 pixels instead of the 3 pixels that we gave it. So we just want to change the height to 2 pixels so that it will be 2 plus the one on the top, the one below, to make it 4 pixels, right? Okay, so let's just change this to 2 pixels. Okay, so now it's looking similar to what we have here. All right, so this will be it for this video. In the next one, we'll continue from step 71 and we'll work our way through to step 80. As you can see, we are gradually getting there. Just a couple of things to do and then we will be done. All right, so see you in the next one.